So when our command came, we made the highest part of the city its lowest, and rained down upon them stones of layered hard clay, which were marked from your Lord. It is said that the angel Jibreel alayhi salam came, lifted the city up high, and then struck it with force back down upon the earth, and that there were stones like bombs of layered hard clay, which were marked for the people who they were to strike. Then they were sent down to strike the people. And it is, meaning the punishment of Allah, and it is not from the wrongdoers very far. Meaning the punishment of Allah is not far away from those who do wrong. The nation of Lut alayhi salam thought that they could get away with their wrong, but Allah caught them with a severe punishment. وَإِلَى مَدْيَنَ أَخَاهُمْ شُعَيْبًا. And to Madian we sent their brother Shu'aib. He said, O my people, worship Allah. You have no deity other than Him. And do not decrease from the measure and the scale. Indeed, I see you in prosperity. But indeed, I fear for you the punishment of an all-encompassing day. Shu'aib alayhi salam says to his nation, do not decrease from the measure and the scale. The nation of Shu'aib alayhi salam were a trading nation, and the way that they would try and make more money was to get profit by fraud, basically by fraudulent activities, by not giving people the correct amount of product, but taking extra money from them. So they would decrease in scale and in measurement, and they would make profit this way. But Shu'aib alayhi salam says to them, indeed, I see you in prosperity, meaning if you were to do what is right and earn halal, you would have prosperity in that. You would have barakah. You would have blessing in that. And this is a fact, that whatever earnings are halal, there's always more blessing in that. It goes further. It goes a long way. Whereas what is not lawful, what has unlawfulness in it, it's just going. There's no blessing in that wealth. So he is advising them, you will have prosperity if you follow what is halal. And O my people, give full measure and weight in justice, and do not deprive the people of their due, and do not commit abuse on the earth, spreading corruption. بَقِيَّةُ اللَّهِ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ إِن كُنْتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. What remains from Allah is best for you, if you would be believers. Meaning the lawful, the halal is better for you. وَمَا أَنَا عَلَيْكُمْ بِحَفِيظٍ. But I am not a guardian over you. I can't force you to do this, I can only tell you. This ayah tells us that the nation of Shu'aib alayhi salam were believers. They were Muslims, because he says to them, بَقِيَّةُ اللَّهِ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ. That what remains from Allah is best for you if you should be believers. Meaning if you really are believers, then deal in what is lawful. They said, O Shu'aib, does your prayer command you that we should leave what our fathers worship, or not do with our wealth what we please? So this is how Shu'aib alayhi salam's nation respond to him. They say to him that, is it your salah? أَصَلَاتُكَ تَأْمُرُكَ أَن نَتْرُكَ مَا يَعْبُدُ آبَاؤُنَا. Is it your prayer that makes you say this to us? Meaning, since you started praying, you're getting really pious, and you're telling us to do all these good deeds. So this is a common kind of taunting that the nation of Shu'aib alayhi salam are showing. That since you started praying your salah, since you started being quote unquote good, you really are constantly on at everyone about the good that they should do in their lives. You're constantly on at us about what we should do, how we should be good, how we should make sure that we only do what is lawful. So they're taunting Shu'aib alayhi salam by saying this. Two points in particular. They're saying that why is it that your salah is making you tell us that we should leave what our forefathers worship, and also that we should do with our wealth what you are telling us to do. So the people of Shu'aib alayhi salam thought, it's our right, we can do what we want with our wealth. We earn it, so we can spend it however we wish. But Islam and Deen of Allah gives clear commands about ibadah, about worship, that we should only worship Allah, and it also gives very clear commands about how we should earn and spend our wealth. So they didn't like being told. Indeed, you are the forbearing, the discerning. Here they're mocking Shu'aib alayhi salam, that you are a forbearing and discerning person. So they're saying words that are good, but in fact they don't mean them. He said, O my people, have you considered if I am upon clear evidence from my Lord, and He has provided me with a good provision from Him, and I do not intend to differ from you in that which I have forbidden you. I only intend to reform as much as I am able, and my success is not but through Allah. Upon Him I have relied, and to Him I return. In this ayah, we learn much about the qualities of the messengers of Allah. And you can see that there's a similarity in all of the messengers. The message they brought was the same. Their forbearance was the same. Their desire to fulfill their mission was the same. And here we see that Shu'aib alayhi salam says that I am doing only what my Lord has commanded. I am upon clear evidence from my Lord. So they do what they are told to do. And they themselves fulfill that. And I do not intend to differ from you in that which I have forbidden you. I'm doing what I am saying, basically. I only intend reform as much as I am able. This is what Shu'aib alayhi salam is saying. So the prophets intend to reform the people in a good way. They intend to bring good reform to the nations and the people they are sent to. And my success is not but through Allah. And the prophets attribute any achievement, any good that they have, they attribute it to Allah. So they don't think that it's my ability, it's my special quality, it's my intelligence, it's my eloquence, it's my hard work. Everything they say is from Allah. So they do as they say, they intend the good reform of the people, and they attribute everything to Allah. And these are qualities that are necessary for anyone who also calls to the deen. So anyone who calls to the deen of Allah, a da'i of the deen, should have these qualities in himself or herself. Whatever you are saying to others, you should be trying your best to act upon that yourself. No one is perfect, but you should be trying to act upon that. And secondly, the other point about the prophets, that they seek good reform for the people. So always seek good for others. Always seek to better people. That's the purpose of the da'wah. That's the purpose of calling to the deen of Allah. That's the intention, that people should live better lives. People should be connected to Allah. The community should be better. So this is the purpose. And finally, to attribute any success to Allah. Never to feel like I did this and that's why this great success happened. I wrote this, I planned this, I organized this, I taught this. No. Everything comes only from Allah. Ultimately, He is the one who puts barakah, good in things, and He is the one who can make something, if the intention is not good, go to waste. Here, Allah reminds us again to be humble. What are the three qualities of the people of paradise? Iman, righteous deeds, and humility. And a person who seeks forgiveness and repents, it's an indication of the humility that they have. And here we see an example in Prophet Shu'aib alayhi salam in the words that he's saying, that humility in this context, and even if a person gets wealth, gets success, attains something, this should still attribute everything to Allah. And that's what humility is. I didn't do this, it all comes from Allah. So that's the point, that no one can be more successful than the prophets because they fulfill their mission, yet they still attributed success to Allah.